Hello everyone, welcome to the AMFW lecture series. In this last lecture we have seen some problems on the Coulomb's law. We have solved one problem on the Coulomb's law and I have given the homework for the one problem for on the Coulomb's law, that is force we have to calculate. I hope you have solved it. I don't get any message from you. I hope you are trying to solve, because in the first lecture itself I told you that without making practice, this subject is very difficult. So make a practice every day for the what I am teaching you, and I am giving you a problem that you have to practice day by day. So we will see, and in the last lecture we have end up with this charge configuration heading. So we will see some different charge configuration. We will see one problem on the charge configuration. As charge configuration they will not ask you for the exam, but the charge configuration is required for the next part, that is electric field calculation and the magnetic field calculation. That time this charge configuration is important. So charge configuration, in that first we will require a line charge. So in that line charge is given by rho L. So rho L is total charge distributed over the line divided by length of the line. So total charge distributed is given by the dq and dl. Now why I am using dq and dl? So total length will be like suppose take a transmission line. So for that line, total charge means suppose I have to take a small distance, because this line is thousands of kilometers. You have to take a small distance and you have to take after that integration for the whole line. Okay, and we have to think that this wire is uniformly over from starting point to the end point. So we are taking this as a dq and dl, means small part that is dl, and dq is the charge distributed on the small part, and we will take integration after that. So rho L is given by this dq dl. So dq is given by rho L dl for the line charge I am saying. Okay. Similarly, we have to go for the surface charge. So what is surface charge? Similarly, surface charge, second point. So surface charge is given by rho S. Similarly, as we have seen into the line charge also. So total charge distributed is given by dq, and charge available on the surface is given by this ds. Now why using this surface? Because surface is calculated by the ds, means area of the surface. So dq ds. So dq for the surface is given by the rho S and ds. Okay. Now third, that is volume charge. Volume charge is given by rho v. So total charge dq, for the dq, so suppose take a spherical system, sphere you can take. On that part you have to take a small part. So suppose it is a sphere. Don't consider as a circle, you have to consider as a sphere. In that sphere you have to take a small part. On that small part you have to take as a dq charge. This is the dq charge, and that we have to take now, instead of ds, what you have to do? Volume. For the sphere you have to take what? Volume. So dv. So dq is given by rho v dv. So that is very important. dq rho s ds, dq rho v dv. So that is important for application point of view. So we will see one problem on the charge configuration. Then you will understand what is actually charge configuration. So find the force. On a point charge of 50 microcoulomb, on a point charge of 50 microcoulomb at 006 due to the charge of 500 pi, due to the charge of 500 pi micrometer that is uniformly distributed over a circular disc. That is uniformly, this charge is distributed over circular disc. I am taking disc, okay. So disc of r less than or equal to 5 and z is equal to 0. What is meaning of this? R is less than or equal to 5 means maximum limit is 5 for radius for disc, and what will be the minimum limit? So minimum limit it will start from the 0. So I will draw here a circular disc. Okay, so this is circular disc, and what is lower limit at here at the center? It will be a 0, and what is maximum limit? It will be a 5. Okay, so now that is radius they are given, and this is z axis. Another point they have given, charge of 50 microcoulomb. Find the force on a point charge. So point charge they have given here. Suppose point charge they have given 50 microcoulomb, 50 into 10 raised to minus 6. So at the point 006 means on the z axis, 0 for x, 0 for y, and 6 for z. So 006 here on the z axis. So this is z axis. Suppose this is your x axis, sorry, y axis, and this is x axis. And you have to find out the force on the 50 microcoulomb. On this force we have to calculate, we have to find out. Now I will find out through this point. I am using this point. From this point I will calculate, then I will calculate by the integration. Okay, so that time you will require this dq. Okay, for the surface charge, what was dq? dq is rho s and ds. Now here we have to calculate first rho s they have given, surface charge they have given 500 pi microcoulomb. What about the ds? You have to calculate first ds. So ds, how to calculate ds? Now this is which is coordinate system for circular disc. If you consider the circular disc, which is coordinate system? Circular disc is a cylindrical coordinate system. It is not actually sphere. Okay, it is only a disc. Okay, disc means here is all the points are distributed over the whole surface. On the whole surface, the points will be distributed. It is not a only ring. Ring will be only the points available on the edges of the ring. But the disc means this is solid part, and we have to find out the force through this point, this point, this point, this point, this point. From each and every point, we have to find out the force on this 50 microcoulomb point. I am taking only one point, and I will require coordinates of these 2 points. Coordinates of these 2 points. I will require the coordinates of this, and I will require. I do have coordinates of this, but I require in which coordinate system? I will require into the cylindrical coordinate system. So this is the base part of the cylindrical system, and imagine this is the cylinder. Okay, imagine this is the cylinder, and we have to find out the force from this point to this point. Okay, so first of all, instead of dq, I will require a ds. So first of all, I will use this f bar, df bar, Coulomb's law. What was Coulomb's law first? Coulomb's law I will tell you. F bar is equal to q1 q2 4 pi epsilon 0 r square ar bar. Okay. Now here q1 is this point. Suppose I will say this is your q1. So q1 as it is here to remain. What about the q2? Now q2 is distributed over this disk. So q2 is converted into the dq. Okay. So instead of q2, I will use dq. If you are taking a dq for a small differential length, so force will convert into the df bar. Okay, so be careful about that. df bar divided by, as it is, other things are similar, 4 pi epsilon 0 r square dr bar. Now we have to find out this dq first. dq first we have to find out rho s ds. Now what is ds? Rho s we know that. Rho s they have given is 500 pi microcoulomb, is distributed all over the disk. So now we have to find out the ds. So what is the procedure to find out the ds? ds means multiplication of the two sides. But, and what is the third side is a constant. Now in this disk, what is constant? See carefully. There is cylindrical coordinate system r, phi and z. What is constant in that r, phi, z? What is radius? Radius is different from this point, this point, this point. So radius is varying, correct? What about the phi? Phi is also varying. Phi is varying through this point or through here. So phi is varying. What about z? Z is a constant. For this disk, z is varying or not? No, z is not varying. This is placed at the same position, that is z is equal to 0. So what is constant? Z is constant. So what is varying? Varying is what? Radius and phi. Okay. So dr, d phi is the value and z is the constant. So while calculating ds, you require dr and d phi. But we can't write like only d phi. While watching that coordinate system, when we were writing the cylindrical coordinate system, we can't write only a d phi. For varying the angle, we require what? Radius. So instead of d phi, we have to multiply with the d phi by radius, that is r d phi. Okay, understand why r d phi? Because for varying this angle, you require a radius. We require this radius, and radius is constant over the when we are varying the angle. So dr, r, d phi. So that is ds. And what is the minimum limit and maximum limit for both? For dr, dr is 0 and maximum is 5. You can see 5. And what about the phi? We know that phi, it will start from here and it will complete that up to 2 pi. So 0 to 2 pi. So that phi is from 0 to 2 pi. Now you will see that you will put the directly r is equal to 5. No, you can't put r is equal to 5 directly, because here, from here also you want to calculate the force, from here also you can calculate the force, but here r is not 5, r is something different. If they will give you ring, that time r is constant, that is 5, but they given what? Disk. Disk means here the radius is different, here is the radius is different. Okay, this you might be seeing that CD drive you can say, or DVD drive you can say, that all the part is solid part. Okay, so here df bar. Now dq, instead of this df bar is equal to q1 I will write directly here. q1 value, that is 50 microcoulomb, 50 into 10 raised to minus 6. dq is what? dq they are given rho s ds is r dr dq divided by 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 36 pi. Then r square, we have to find out the r square and dr bar. First of all, we calculate r bar. How to calculate r bar in this equation? Now I will require this point. At this point, I will require coordinates. So coordinates are r, radius, next is r, phi, and 0. So I am taking only radius because r is changing. So I am taking this r. I am not taking 5. Here 0, 0, 6. Now this is the Cartesian coordinates. Okay, 0, 0, 6 is the Cartesian coordinates. I have taken this is the cylindrical coordinates. Here I have to convert that into the Cartesian coordinate system. So 0 is what? That is r. Radius is 0 at this point, right? What about this 0? It will convert into the phi. Why? Because when you consider the cylindrical coordinate system, when at this angle at the base and angle at the top will be the same. So we have to consider this as a phi. Similar to here is a phi. What about the z? R phi z, z is equal to 6. So 0, 5, 6. Radius is 0 at this point because it is on the z axis. This point is on the z axis. This phi means angle will be same for the cylindrical coordinate system. So here is a phi, same here will be phi. And what is z? Here is the 6. Here is 0 because we are on the xy plane. That's why z is equal to 0. So 0, 5, 6. Now we have to calculate r bar. To calculate r bar, so what is r bar? R bar is here. We have to calculate. Final minus initial. Final is 0 minus r bar. 5 minus 5 0. 0 minus 6 minus 0, that is minus 6 az bar divided by the root of r square plus 6 square. Okay, so that is your r bar, ar bar. I calculated ar bar. Directly I calculated ar bar. That is r bar divided by mod of r bar. That is equation for ar bar. So that we have calculated ar bar. Now what you have to do? We have to put it into the final equation. So df bar is equal to Q1, that is 50 into 10 raised to minus 6 into rho s. Rho s what is? Surface charge 500 pi microcoulomb into 10 raised to, I will say right side 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0. R square is, now we have to calculate R square. For this purpose I will define this R bar is this and R square is only R if you are calculating. This is your R and R square is given by R square plus 36. So R square plus 6 square or 36 you can write into AR bar. What is AR bar now? AR bar is here minus R AR bar minus 6 AZ bar divided by R square plus 6 square, R square plus 6 square, root, instead of root I will write 1 by 2. Okay, instead of root I will write 1 by 2. So do this calculation. Minus R AR bar and 6 AZ bar. So what about this AZ bar? If you are taking the AZ bar and AR bar, so what we have to do is this minus AR bar and AZ bar. And I am drawing it again. This is your point 0, 5 and 6. And this is your point R bar. That is R, 5 and 0. Now, do remember this point when you are calculating from this point. Exactly opposite there will be another point available here. Okay, getting it? So when you are calculating at this point, exactly opposite, there will be another part. Okay. So when there will be another part, when you are calculating from this point, there will be an exactly opposite this point available here. Okay, so these will get cancelled. Okay, so what will remain is, so I will directly write these calculations. So this calculation is converted into 450, otherwise. Okay. So you do this calculation, that is 95. In this minus r AR bar minus 6 AZ bar, this AR bar will cancel. Why? Because as I said, this radius. So from this radius will get cancelled, AR bar get cancelled. Only part will remain, that is AZ bar. So this radius will get cancelled with this radius will get cancelled with this radius. So opposite radius will get cancelled, and this AR bar will get cancelled. So only part remain, that is minus 6 AZ bar. And you have to multiply this minus 6 AZ bar inside the bracket. So what is remain only is 25000 into 10 raised to minus 12 divided by 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 36 pi. R square plus 6 square raised to 3 by 2. And this is 6 AZ bar. R bar, AR bar this cancelling. So do this calculation. Now we will put the limits. Now F bar is equal to integration of, now it will be double integration df bar. So what will be the limits? What you have to consider? That is varying what? This, where I written this. Okay, I forgot. AR bar ds. Okay, here I have 500 rho s. So dq was rho s ds. So that is rho s is R dr d phi, and dz was the constant. So instead of here that rho s ds, so rho s we have calculated, but I forgot to write here dr d phi, dr and d phi. So dr d phi we have to write here also dr d phi. While doing the integration, F bar is equal to integration dr d phi. Now we have to put the limits here 0 to 5, and phi is from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, for dr d phi. And you have to do the calculation and put the limits. 2 phi equals 0 into 10 raised to minus 12 divided by 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 36 pi into 6. And you have to take this integration 1 divided by r square plus 6 square. And if you put the, now there will be no any phi component. Okay, no any phi component, so directly you can take a integration, that is d phi. So phi d phi, here is dr d phi. Integration of d phi is phi 0 to 2 pi. So I will directly put 0 to 2 pi instead of phi. I will write here into 2 pi. Okay, and only limit is 0 to 5. So check this calculation. R dr d phi, R dr. do this r dr d phi. We're going to write here r dr. Okay. So f bar is equal to 90 pi into az bar. 90 pi az bar. We have cancelled this az bar. We have cancelled ar bar. So 90 pi az bar. 0 to pi. 0 to 5, and here we have to write r divided by r square plus z square raised to 3 by 2. R square plus 6 square. Now you have to find out by using put some limits like r square plus 6 square. You have to do these calculations. R square plus 6 square you have to take as of t, and you have to find out 2r dr is equal to dt. You have to put the limits and you have to find out what is r dr is, and here also dr. Okay. Instead of r dr you have to write dt by 2. Okay. Change the limits when r is equal to 0 to 5. When r is equal to 5, what is t? When r is equal to 0, what is t? So that's the way you have to find out the equation integration you have to calculate, and final f bar will be, by doing this calculation, 16.56 az bar. 16.56 az bar. To do this calculation, you will understand what is the answer, that is 16.56 az bar. So that is the way when you are using the different configurations. Now this configuration you will require into the next part, that is electric field intensity. In the next lecture, we will start with the electric field intensity, and that is the very important part. I just give the introduction. So for electric field intensity E bar. So electric field intensity is very important for electromagnetic engineering. So in this subject, electromagnetic engineering, there are two parts, that is electric field and the magnetic field. So electric field is denoted by this E bar and magnetic field is denoted by H bar. So that E bar and that is H bar. So they are perpendicular to each other, and third part, that is time. So when you relate E bar and H bar, that time you will understand the wave of propagation. So for antenna, for optical fiber communication, for microwave, you will require this knowledge about the E bar and H bar. Otherwise it will be very difficult to understand wave of propagation, because on the when E bar and H bar perpendicular to each other, or for that perpendicular the time that wave of propagation will be perpendicular to both E bar and H bar. So that is given by the Maxwell. So E bar explained by the Coulombs, then Gauss. That E bar is explained by those scientists, and H bar is explained by the Amperes, Weierstrass, Faradays. But the combination of both is given by the Maxwells. That you have to study after when you will understand electric field and magnetic field in deep. That time you will understand the Maxwell equation. Maxwell equation is just only revision of electric field and the magnetic field. So today we will stop here, and next lecture we will start with the electric field intensity. That is very important part. Most of the questions they will ask, 10 mark question they will ask derivations. Most of the derivations they will ask on the electric field intensity. There will be a compulsory 10 marks derivation on the electric field intensity. Okay, and there will be a problem on the derivations. So we will meet into the next lecture. Thank you for the today's lecture.